Now, I can't use the law of sines for this problem. Remember I said when we started off, try to use the law of sines when you can, and if you can't, shift gears. I can't because I don't know either of these two angles. If I go to set my proportion up, I'm going to write the sine of 60 over x equals sine of a over 4, sine of b over 10. It still doesn't tell me what x is. I've got too many variables. Yeah, I don't have two angles to work with, and I'm not trying to find two angles. That's another hint that I can't use the law of sines. If I'm looking for a side, I need at least two angles, because I can't write a proportion that's solvable. I have too many variables. So I have to use this beast, the law of cosines. Now, when I say pick your C, you either have an angle or you want an angle. That's your angle C. So in this case, that's the 60. So the side opposite it is little c. And my a and b are interchangeable. So we'll call the 4a and the 10b. The hardest part of the law of cosines is just setting it up and memorizing the formula. Once you get those two things done, the rest is, I mean, you've done it. It's not that bad. And the good news is we're not going to give you any at this level, unfortunately, or fortunately, that require you to substitute in here and solve for a or b. You're either going to be looking for c, little c, or looking for the angle c. So you guys don't have to worry about trying to solve quadratics. Maybe we should so you get some more practice at quadratics, but it's not on the test, and I have to kind of pick and choose how in-depth I want to get. So let's take the formula and plug her all in. C squared, that's what I'm looking for, is equal to a squared, so 4 squared, plus b squared, 10 squared, minus 2 times 4 times 10, that's my 2ab, cosine of c, which is 60 degrees. So that's now going to become c squared is equal to, let's see, 16 plus 100 minus, now what happens a lot, students will multiply this out and then try to do all this arithmetic and worry about the cosine c later. Don't do that. This is going to be 8 times 10, which is 80, times cosine of 60, I believe is a half. Yep, 0.5. Order of operation says deal with multiplication before addition subtraction. C squared is going to be 16 plus 100 minus 40. So therefore, c squared is equal to, let's see, 116 minus 40 puts me at 76. And therefore, c is exactly the square root of 76, or as a decimal equivalent, 8.72. Depending on what my answer needs to be. Now, once I have that measurement, I can get the other guys. I can go after angles now. I can go after sides. I have all three sides. But I can get these other two angles now if I want them. But that's your base. And again, this right here is the largest mistake I see students make is in the arithmetic, where you want desperately to do 16 plus 100 is 116, minus 80 puts you down at 36. Take half of that. And that's where you start to say, wait a minute, something's weird here.